Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down this UK drill track called Message Sent. A lot of you guys have been asking, hey Cole, how did you do the effects? How did you do the beat manipulation? How did you actually mix the vocals in its entire form? So I'm going to be showing you guys, breaking down from start to finish the whole track. Okay, without further ado, let's play the track.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
Leave him victimized, poor man's tea, leave it liquefied. I thought bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side. Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back rule.
Alright, okay, so first thing I kind of want to announce is that if you guys like the mix or anything and you want to actually have the same type of mix that I have here, I've released something called the VPL, the Vocal Preset Library. So if you go to my website, thevocalmultitrack.com, select the Vocal Preset Library, going on forward from this video onwards, I'll be releasing presets. I'll be releasing the very presets I used in each mix, of course, and uploading them here so you guys can actually go and purchase. So for this one, the song's called Message Sent. So you just click on the Vocal Preset Message Sent. It's only for FL Studio as of now, but you guys can literally click it and buy it. And of course, these are the plugins used. You need the plugins that I've kind of used to make it sound exactly how my mix sounds like. Okay, so that's something I just want to announce there. You guys can go and purchase it, and basically you get this whole preset here. Cool. Without further ado, let's break down this mix. Okay, so the beats itself, this is the beats. If I just solo the beats, so let me kind of start off with the beat. Throughout the beat, I added some chops and some stutters and some just beat cuts. Okay, so this is one of the first ones here. If I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Listen, look at this. So to do that type of effect there, if I kind of disable this quickly or take this off, right? Essentially, all it was is that this is normally linked up like that. I took the cut tool or the slice tool here, and then made sure I'm in step mode, right? And then sliced it up. So I'm holding down Shift and just click on each one like this. Okay, and then I'm going to press T, or just press, you can just press this draw button and then disable or delete every one afterwards, so it will sound like this now. Before that, it will sound like this, which is fine, but it gives it more flavor by doing it this way. So that's one of the cool stutters or effects that you can use in UK drill. Okay, oops. And of course, as the track continued, some cuts. Of course, it all has to be contextualized, okay? So this section here, all it is the kick comes in twice. So if I play the vocals quickly with it.
Would've knew that I thought bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side. Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife,
So something like that there. All it is, you take a kick from any part of the song. So for example, I want to take this section here. I can select the slice tool, cut out, make sure I'm in step mode or any mode that has to be on grid basically, and then I'm just going to slice out the beginning of that kick there, press P or go back to this draw hand mode here and just hold Shift and drag it. Okay, so if I was to delete these momentarily, and then if there's to be nothing there, actually initially it will sound like this. Let me show you how it sounded like.
Would've knew that it hit the side. Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back rule with a kitchen.
it's a kitchen.
To give it more flavor, I just copied that by holding down Shift and copying it and made 2, so it sounds like this.
Poor man's tea, leave it liquefied. I thought bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side. Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might.
Just like that, it's simple. And of course, you don't want to overdo it. With these type of things, you never want to overdo it. Yeah, just want to do it slightly. And of course, it spices up the beat as well. And some cuts out here.
How many man got bucked? Him.
Hold on.
Wait, how many man got bucked? Him. Trust me, the list is fucked. Run up on guys when they see guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT.
So you can see there, that effect there, I put the kick again, because it kind of matches with the actual lyrical content as well. So some places you decide where you want to put some certain things, right?
Guys when they see
And then also added a police siren effect here. So in total it sounds like this.
fucked. Run up on guys when they see guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT. Use that, don't let policemen see. Use that, do that.
And it's kind of cool because in the actual music video as well, you actually see a police car as well, so it makes a lot of sense there. So
fucked. Run up on guys when they see guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT.
if you guys want me to see, if you want to see me do this one again, essentially select a kick. A kick, you should be able to notice the waveform of a kick. The kick is usually the loudest part, or the yeah, the strongest part of the mix there. So essentially all I did here, I cut it like this. If it was just one,
Got smoke TNT. Use that, don't let policemen
TNT. So it kind of makes sense every step. So
stuck. Orders got smoke TNT. Use that, don't let police.
just like that. Okay. And then some other beat manipulation effects. Oh, I was gonna ask. I inserted a note to add a car effect. I didn't add that afterwards. But instead, we added this effect here.
I'm a pack man if I catch man first. I've never seen a guy so fast. Where you get them burners.
Those sound effects, UK drill, and even just making sure things are spiced up and whatnot. There needs to be variation, and adding sound effects adds a lot of variation indeed. So that's that there. Cool. Let me show you some other beat manipulation. I think that's it. You know, I didn't overdo it this track. I didn't oversaturate the track with those beat manipulation there. So that's beat manipulation. That's that bit done, sorted there. Now I'm gonna move on to the actual vocal mix itself. Okay. So actually, let's start from the intro, okay? But before we get to the intro, let me show you how everything is kind of rooted. I've already kind of covered this in other video-ish. Actually, not really the artist in it. Okay, the beats is all rooted into one track. So this is just MP3 beats. Nothing too fancy. They don't have the stems and whatnot. It's always better to mix with stems because it gives you greater control. But when starting out, yeah, mix with whatever you have. Okay, the vocal bus is essentially the group or the house where it's like the parents and every single other track is the children, and it roots into the vocal bus. Like, yeah, it's basically the main thing that kind of affects every single thing after that, right? The lead vocals, because there were 3 artists on this track, I made 3 separate channels or tracks for the artists, right? Because they all have different type of voice textures and tonalities and whatnot. So I routed that all into the lead vocal, so I can affect the lead vocal as a whole again, and then bust that out into the vocal bus. If that makes sense, okay? Vocal dubs is basically the double takes of the vocal takes of the track, rooted into the vocal bus, because all the vocals basically are rooted into this, okay? So essentially, if I was to mix, I can just, the only 2 tracks basically I need to control mainly for volume wise after is beat and vox bus, okay? Those are the only 2 things. Those are the only 2 actual mixed buses, if that's, I should say like that. Ad-libs are rooted into the lead. No. These ad-libs are supposed to be rooted, not into that bit there. I think this ad-lib is supposed to be rooted into vox bus here. That's like that. Cool. And the vox effects rooted into the vox bus, intro effects, vox bus, and whatnot. And this is rooted just into the master, okay? Then I've got some other effects here, and then the mix stack here. Okay, let's listen to the intro, okay, and see how we did that. A lot of people like intros. And yeah, let's play that.
Yo, where you at, cuz? Man's around the corner still.
Jeez, Krasha, where you at? Man's local still, might pull up.
Fucking what? Shout man in it, cause fucking nope.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this, I'm on a better roll with it. Damn.
No way he just did that.
Good step, yo, cool. Is that you in the mix?
Cool, so that's the intro there. It adds flavor by always adding an intro, because UK drill tracks, you see, hey, it doesn't start until almost 26 seconds. And sometimes even 30 seconds, depending on the tempo and whatnot. So I have a long 16-bar intro. You need to kind of fill it up. Unless sometimes you don't always have to record, but it makes sense to. It's nice to do so.
Where you at, cuz?
So the intro effects here, without the intro. In fact, let me play the whole track without any effects, right? So let me do that now.
Where you at, cuz?
So it sounds like this. Let me just play the hook with no effects quickly.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this, I'm on a better roll with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
Leave him victimized, ball man's tea, leave it liquefied. I told bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side.
So that's how it sounds like with no effects enabled at all. So that's how we can transform tracks, you know. And if you get the preset, you can do the same thing. Right, okay, the intro itself.
Man's around the corner.
So the first thing I added was EQ. This is the EQ effect. If I disable all these effects quickly, it'll sound like this. This is the intro.
Man's around the corner still.
Jeez, Krasha, where you at? Man's local still, might pull up.
Fucking what?
So then I wanted to give him more of a telephone type effect, so I added this parametric EQ too, and then I filtered it like this. Okay.
Man's around the corner still.
It gives it a nice effect because it's different from the actual lead vocal. Because when it comes in, then you'll want the full range of this frequency spectrum to be played out and to be audible. But in the intro, of course, you want it to be sounding different.
Man's around.
After that, I added some delay. Free to delay free.
Man's around the corner still.
Jeez, Krasha, where you at? Man's local.
Just a quarter note timing delay, slightly increased in the wet value. Actually, just kind of small. After that, compressed it.
Man's around the corner still.
Jeez, Krasha, where you at? Man's local still. Nah, pull up. Fucking what?
Then I kind of EQ'd it down here as well. So that's how it sounds like there. Sounds kind of cool.
Man's around.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this, I'm on a better roll with it.
And this bit here, all I did was take a section from the hook, copied it, for example, just do this, yeah. Copied it here.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this, I'm on a better roll with the kitchen.
But then I routed that section here into the ad-lib so it can sound more like an ad-lib type of effect.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this, I'm on a better roll with it.
No way he just did that.
Yo, Cole, is that you in the mix?
Yeah, then I added my mix tag.
Is that you in the mix?
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this.
Cool, so that's that there, okay? So now let's look at the individual artists, right? So the artist one, let's play from his verse now because I think we've kind of overheard to the hook. So if I disable the beat for now.
It hit the side, trust, I made it would've done bust. I won't leave till one of them yucked. See me or up, man, I turn man dust. Yeah, it's really her back that she brucks. Wait, how many man got bucked? Him.
That's how it sounds like. Without the vocal bus.
It hit the side, trust.
Without the effects on the lead vocals, the vocal bus, and the artist one.
It hit the side, trust, I made it would've done bust. I won't leave till one of them yucked. See me or up, man, I turn man dust.
First thing I did was add some EQ onto his vocal, right? So you can hear his vocal sounds.
It hit the side, trust, I made it would've done bust. I won't leave till one of them yucked. See me or up when I turn man dust. Yeah, it's really her back that she brucks.
It has a lot of presence in it, like you can hear it's kind of thick in the whole frequency spectrum. So I kind of reduced some of the low frequency to make it much more clearer. So with that effect there, it sounds like this.
It hit the side, trust, I made it would've done bust. I won't leave till one of them yucked. See me or up when I turn man dust. Yeah, it's really her back that she brucks.
But at the same time, it kind of also just maintains that level there. But when it goes to the vocal bus, you see that I introduce more the low end oomph that the artist has there. Okay, that's the artist one there. Artist two now. Also added some EQ, so without the EQ, it sounds like this.
You guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT. Use that, don't let policemen see.
Let me mute the ad-libs because it's kind of interfering.
You guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT. Use that, don't let policemen see. Use that, do that. Hop out and move, man. Juice, man. Do it, we see them scream. When the beat.
So with that, his EQ, you can see they all have different type of voices. I didn't really remove a lot of the low end like that. I just kind of attenuated some frequencies here, so it sounds like this.
You guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT.
Hold on. It sounds like this.
You guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT. Use that, don't let policemen see. Use that, do that. Hop out and move, man. Juice, man. Do it, we see them scream. When the beef gets real, don't DM me on the glap on my phone on DND like BMT.
That's how it sounds like there, okay? Artist 3 now. Let me just take off this EQ to show you how it sounds like without EQ, then with EQ.
Pre them ski.
National works. Ain't national works. Oh, ain't national works. Look, don't lurk, so you shouldn't be low. I switch, catch up, put man on a shirt. They don't give me a chance. They all disperse. Run.
With the EQ now, it sounds like this.
I switch, catch up, put man on a shirt. They don't give me a chance. They all disperse. Run, don't get hurt. I'm a pack man if I catch man first.
I've never seen a guy.
So that's how he sounds like, and this is the type of EQ work I did here. Kind of a lot going on there with all these points here, but that's how it sounds like. Just kind of basically attenuated the low end there. Right, so all of that is rooted into the lead vocal, and on the lead vocal itself, added this F6 dynamic EQ. So this is affecting all the vocals as a whole, just to give it more of that balanced, natural, rounded sound. So all the vocals don't sound out of place in a sense, so that they can sound like the one, in a sense. So let's play it from here first.
I'm a pack man if I catch man first.
I've never seen a guy so fast. The way you get them burners, catch me if I whenever hit man shirt up, catch me when I see man burn.
Without this effect of this, without this EQ,
and up like, how can they take my bro and think they can dead this beef? You ain't never got no peas, please. I wanna make man bleed.
Out on their block from like 2.
With it now,
I'm a pack man if I catch man first.
I've never seen a guy so fast. The way you get them burners, catch me if I whenever hit man shirt up, catch.
So you're probably thinking, hey, it makes the vocal clear adding this EQ. But at the same time, it removes that low end there. But I think once we go to the vocal bus, you'll see that the track sounds good. Sounds good. So basically here, making them much more clearer, removed a lot of the low end here, and that's basically all I did there. Okay, that's the lead vocal there. let's go to the vocal dubs, because the vocal dubs is an interesting one there. So let's play from, let's say, verse 5 here. Actually, verse 6.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture.
So, okay, let me solo the vocal dubs.
Jump out, swing.
Vocal dubs is basically double takes. You can see here, lead vocal, vocal dubs, and ad-libs type of thing.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture.
So without the vocal dubs enabled.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when.
So essentially the vocal bus, I stereoized it. So basically made it, because the lead vocal is centered, make the vocal dubs wider in the stereo field. So it sounds like hey to the sides. To do this, I use this plugin. It's a free plugin called Ozone Imager 2. I just increase the width and increase the stereoize knobs here. And then it sounds like this. Then I added some compression. This compression, it just compresses it a bit. And it sounds like this.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, was your energy gone?
Then that, if you combine that, yeah, with the lead vocal, it sounds like this.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker.
Right, okay. And then if you add that with the ad-libs as well.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, was your energy gone? Check that, you, what you telling me, done? If you're from where my enemy's from, can't take no chance on when the enemy's gone.
Jump out, which pedal back?
Just like that there. Ad-libs as well. Let me kind of go to the ad-libs now, because I think I've kind of showed you guys those effects there. So the ad-libs, check out the card above for the free ad-libs preset pack. You know, 3-2 pan magic EQ2, simple, compression. So, and then some delay. So you can look at the parameters. I think I've explained ad-libs so many times. Just watch that video. Yeah, simple stuff.
Jump out, swing Bora.
So the ad-libs sound like this if I solo them.
Swing it. Oh yeah.
Essentially, ad-libs supposed to always sound different in the sense, not exactly like the lead vocal. Especially if you look at a lot of UK drill tracks, you see the ad-libs stand out. They have its own type of sound, and it's like a EQ'd sound, filtered sound, compressed delay, like a ping pong effect that pans from left to right type of thing. So that's how the ad-libs sound like. Okay. Oops. Essentially, that's it there. Okay. Then now I think if we go to the vocal bus, we should be able to hear everything else as well. So
jump out, swing Bora
with the beat.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker.
You can see right now, that's how the track is sound like, but without any effects on the vocal bus. The vocal bus is what glues everything together, and you can see that as it sounded now, like that video I did about balancing, it sounds balanced already, and it sounds. You probably think, hey, this is the final version if you're not into engineering and whatnot, but it needs more work, needs to be done. It needs to be compressed more, it needs to be solidified, some reverb, a bit more processed sound to make it sound more professional. So if I play it now, if I mute the beats quickly and then just go to the vocal bus and just one by one show you, okay? So this is how it sounds like with everything on the vocal bus quickly.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, was your
okay, now without the vocal bus enabled.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker.
See the difference there, okay? First thing I added on the vocal bus, let me disable all these effects quickly. Okay, is the R compressor, okay? R compressor is a compressor. I'm doing some downward compression on this. I set the threshold to -23.7, gain 7.8. That's kind of high, isn't it? Attack and release, this is the settings ratio.
Sure.
So let's play it.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Let's play it without the compressor quickly, then we'll play it with it.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture.
With the compression now.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Juki loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker.
It gives it reintroduces the oomph that was taken away from the other thing. Plus, it makes it a bit louder because I put the gain kind of high. That's that there. It reintroduced, basically this compressor reintroduced in a nice way though, the oomph and what was kind of lost when I EQ'd, because essentially before this I EQ'd a lot, especially with the artist vocals. I EQ'd quite a lot, and then yeah, so I EQ'd a lot. Then now I'm compressing to kind of balance it out. Okay.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing.
Next thing I added was some reverb. I like to add sometimes. I like adding my reverb second nowadays for some reason. Okay, So if you just look at this reverb here, like when you hear it with the beat, you may not be able to hear it so much because the beat, of course, and the vocals are there together, side by side type of thing. But when you actually hear it individually, you're like, whoa, there's actually a lot of reverb on there. And this is how it sounds like without the reverb.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora.
With the reverb.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker.
Reverb gives space. It makes it sound like, whoa, like this is full and compact and packaged, if that makes sense, okay? So that reverb there, I put the mix value to 6%, decay 2.06, concert hall 1970. This Valhalla vintage reverb is a very nice reverb, okay? Of course, you want to EQ your reverb. You don't want it to be washing out the whole, kind of taking over the space of the whole frequency spectrum. You don't want it to be doing that, okay? That's why you kind of EQ it out like that, okay? Apart from that, that's that reverb there.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
So if I play the beat now,
sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, was your energy gone? Check that you
can see it's starting to get there, but it's not completely there yet. The next thing I added was this C4 stereo processor. I think it's a multi-band processor, yeah. So this sounds like without it, and then with it. Without it?
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture.
I also added this after the reverb because it gives it a nice tone. And it kind of shapes the reverb as well. With the, of course, depending on what order you put the effects in. So this is how it sounds like.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, was your energy gone? Check.
So essentially what this is almost kind of doing is kind of squishing things because the reverb is there. Like I compressed first on the vocal bars, then I added the reverb, and then I'm adding this multi-band processor. So it's kind of on the top, leveling things off dynamically in the sense that whatever's coming in and it's kind of attenuating some frequencies and whatnot there.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out.
So almost acts like a slight de-esser as well in this high frequency part here.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora.
Essentially, I think this adds like a warm flavor to it, okay? And then after that, I added this Fab Filter Pro Q. Just kind of EQ the vocals overall.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, was your energy gone?
Then with the beat.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker.
You can see that it makes it much more clear because when I added that compressor and all these other things, low end was introduced. Not that it was bad. I could have gotten away with that. It depended on the type of mix I was going for. If I was going for like a heavy type vocal mix. But here, I also want clarity. I like natural, warm, clear vocals, you know. And of course, not too much high end and whatnot. So I took out some resonant frequencies here. Some frequencies that were not sounding too good if they were left unaltered. That type of thing here. So that's the EQ there. Remove the low end and remove some frequencies here. That's all I did there. Okay. Next thing I added was a de-esser to de-ess these vocals. And this is how it sounds like.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Without the de-esser first.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture.
And this is how the de-esser sounds like now.
Sure, we'll let you decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Show the arts about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, was your energy got
Split from here.
Go on, jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on the back row with the kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
leave him.
This is just mainly just to catch anything that I kind of missed or anything that just needs to be. It's always kind of safe, better to be safe than sorry type of thing. Anywho, after that de-esser, added another compressor. This compressor kind of is like the bones of the. It adds the meat. It's like adding meat to wherever the mix. So without the compressor.
Victimized, woman's tea leave it liquefied. I thought bro tap that is knowledge. Who would've knew that it hit the side?
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back room with a kitchen.
Now with the compressor.
Go on, jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back room with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
Leave him victimized, woman's tea leave it liquefied. I thought
You decide.
jump out, swing Bora. Show the odds about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man with your energy gone. Check.
I think I must have had this setting a bit higher up. But anyway, This compressor, I believe when I actually mixed it, it was a bit more, something like this.
That you telling me done. If you're from where my enemies from, can't take no chance. I want the enemies gone.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back road with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it.
Something like that, yeah. I think it's supposed to be more like that. Cool. After that compressor, I added a limiter to make it just louder. I like limiting vocals to actually give it that smoothed out sound as well. So this is how it sounds like without the limiter. Let's just play the vocals.
You decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Swing it. Show the odds about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little.
Then with the limiter.
You decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Swing it. Show the odds about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, where's your energy gone?
That combined with the beat now.
You decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Swing it. Show the odds about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, where's your energy gone? Check that you, what you telling me done? If you're from where my enemies from, can't take no chance. I want the enemies gone.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back road with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try to.
And that's literally everything on the vocal mix itself. Then on the master bus itself, on the master bus, added the SSL comp. It compresses the whole mix. So this is how it sounds like with it.
It's like you in the mix.
So without it, without anything on the master, it sounds like this.
You decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Swing it. Show the odds about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker.
See how quiet the mix is, and the mastering kind of brings it out. It's just basic mastering to be fair. And this is the compressor.
You decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Swing it. Show the odds about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, where's your energy gone? Check that you.
It's a nice bus compressor. Then I added this Ozone 9 elements.
You decide.
Jump out, swing Bora. Swing it. Show the odds about torture. Dukey loves to talk on Snapchat when I bet that he's no longer a talker. Little man, where's your energy gone? Check that you, what you telling me done? If you're from where my enemies from, can't take no chance. I want the enemies gone.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back road with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try to turn man.
So you guys have seen how I've kind of transformed this whole mix from sounding dry, bland to sounding professional like this. So this is the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget to go to my website and you can get this the very presets I used here in this video. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.